Today marks the 368-day short lessons to learn and continue to learn with you. I hope these insights will inspire you, support your dreams, help achieve your goals, and empower you to become the person that you want to become. Yesterday, I was sharing the importance of reading books. And I said that it will be a little bit more surface level, even though it is very, very important. And today, I'll be focused on getting even deeper. What is the importance of reading books? Because I think that there's so many amazing benefits just by reading books. And today we'll get a little bit deeper understanding what are those benefits. So number one, you always are shaped. The question is by what? You always are shaped. The question is by what? I think that every single day we live our lives and we are shaped by other people, by news, by social media, by friends, by association, by so many different things are influencing who we are, how we think, the culture, the society. And I think that's such a more powerful thing when you really choose. You choose. You choose what you want to be shaped. Who do you want to be shaped by? So you look into people that you admire and say, like, what kind of books they have written, and be influenced by people who really saw different things. They were extraordinary in the way how they're thinking and the things that they achieved. Because I love the saying that extraordinary people are ordinary people who did something extra. That's how they became extraordinary. And I think that books are a beautiful thing because now we're able to really shape us to really become that extraordinary because we're doing extra that most people are not willing to do, and they're willing to be shaped by society rather than being willing to shape themselves by choosing the books that really shape the way how they think, consciously choosing, and that's something a beautiful thing. Number two, they help you upgrade your identity, not just skills. That means that when you read books, you are able to look into, okay, what kind of people were other people. And I think that's one of the biggest thing that I really love is exposure. Exposure into other people's identities. Understanding how other person was reacting, how other person was regarding who they are. Because I think that it's very hard sometimes to be somebody when you have never been exposed to the character of an amazing person. I think when we really look into a lot of people and say that this is amazing person, this is amazing person, I'm able to blend their identities and mix and intertwine and see like what kind of identity do I want for myself. I think exposure allows you to really be much more precise at who you want to be and who you do not want to be. Because if you have tasted only one, like for example of food, if you have tasted one specific dish, you're not able to be a very good critic of that dish because you don't have experiences in a lot of the same dishes in different aspects. So I think that when you experience and when you read about yourself, and then when you read, a lot of times we think that we read about someone else, but most likely you are able to put yourself in other person's shoes, and when you put yourself in other person's shoes, you're able to see if that's what you want to be. Is that something that you would love to see yourself doing and becoming? And I think that's very, very important. And I think that that's again what kind of things you started telling yourself after reading a book. Number three, they expand the map of what's possible. I think that this is one of the most important things in reading books. And again, this is just I repeat one more time, but there's exposure. And as again, I love this, expand the map what's possible. I don't know if you have played games where you really go and there's a darkness, there's going through the map and there's the map is in dark, but when you go, the farther you go is open up. And now we know exactly how it looks like, even on the map. And I think that sometimes when we do not know, there's so much darkness, so much dark place that we're able to go into to be aware of what's going on. So books are the maps, mind maps, personal mind, internal maps. Because I think that there's so much more to learn. The more perspective you get, the more you understand that okay, there's something to expand, there's something to work on, and that gives clarity. What's possible? And I think that it's probably, as I said, it's probably one of the most important key aspects of books that is exposes us to different ideas, different way of thinking. And sometimes it's not what is written in that book, but the way how it's written, the way how we're supposed to start thinking. And I think that this brings our awareness that there is a different way of thinking about the same thing. And like expands the map and what's possible. When you look into okay, what other people did, what they achieved, that's like biographies, autobiographies are so powerful that when you read it, you understand, okay, this person went through that. This person thought this way. Maybe I could really think this way. Maybe I'm able to really think this way as well. And again, this is expands. I said, like, there's much more possible for me than I thought before. Number four, they help you build inner infrastructure. That means that when you look into autobiographies and biography as well, and any kind of books, personal growth books, we're able to look into okay, what really matters. What kind of structures, internal structures, do really matter? That's emotional regulation, mental discipline, self trust, vision, resilience, persistence, working under pressure. All those things are essential to succeed in life. And there's books about those topics. There's books about those topics that you're able to learn from the best, but at the same time, you're able to really focus on one skill set. And while they're sharing about the skill set, you're able to learn internal systems, inner systems. Because most time, external systems doesn't work until you actually implement inner systems in place. And I think there are so many people who have enormous knowledge, but they do not succeed only because they do not have their inner systems in place. And that's why sometimes reading books could be the most effective thing for them. But again, this is again, what is that person missing? Because if you're reading books but you're not getting improved, what that means? That means that your inner systems might be in place. The only thing that you're missing now is clarity on your actions that you need to take right now. But in general, we speak of the benefits of books, and books are building inner systems that we're able to pursue the things that matters. That books allow us to build that inner core. Number five, they give language to what you feel but couldn't explain. I was really bad in explaining my feelings. I never understood what we feel, and I had like two sentences or one word of I'm sad, angry, or there's probably like five emotions that I had: happy, sad, and that's it. But then when I really looked into emotions, there are so many emotions, good and bad, that when you start looking how to be amazed, how to be blessed and blissed and fulfilled, and like all emotion that you potentially would love to feel. Of course, if you bring a lot of positive emotions, most likely you'll bring a lot of negative emotions. That it just swings both sides. But at the same time, I think that when you read books, when you really listen other people's stories, when you listen what they went through, what kind of feelings they went through, how they went through the struggles, how did they achieve the things that they needed to achieve, and now you said, okay, this person was feeling this, and maybe you still was doing this. So then when we said, okay, I feel the same way, so that means this is what I feel. I don't feel angry, maybe I feel overwhelmed because I have so many things in my plate. So being able to really be precise on what you're exactly feeling is one of the aspects of really being able to change from negative to positive emotion. And I think this is again that gives books reading books gives a language to explain how do you feel and being able to transform it. Number six, they show you are not alone. This is one of the most powerful steps as well. When you read books, you start to realize, oh, this person thinks like me. This person who achieved massive success has so many similarities with me. That means if this person who succeeded so much has so many similarities with me, that means that why not me to achieve the same success? Why not me? Like we are so similar in so many different areas. Not, of course, not every single order will be so similar. Some people will be so much different, so much different. But when you read books and you really look into very successful people, you will find people who are very similar to you. There's a lot of people who are very similar to us, and they are succeeding in life. And I think that when you read a lot of books, when you really look for answers for the problems and find solutions, you will start like, I'm not alone. There's a lot of people who are struggling exactly with the same thing that I'm struggling right now. So let's look for people who really overcome that and follow their footsteps, and they will get exactly the same result. I really love that. They show you that you're not alone. And last one, number seven, I want to share that is every book adds to the story you're writing about yourself. Every book adds to your story you're writing about yourself. That means that you are repeating the same patterns, or you're writing a new script. And I think that when you read books, when you read other people's scripts of their story, or you read other people's books, you realize that maybe you're able to change your life chapter. And that's why when you read books, you start to say like, okay, I want to really open new chapter into my life. I want to really share if my life is a book, what I would share in this chapter. What would be the most important lesson out of this chapter, and why would I transition to a new chapter, and what I would love to share in that new chapter. I think that being able to look into our life as a book where we write chapters, and every chapter has lessons in them. And I think that sometimes we need to understand that by ourselves. We need to understand those lessons. And when we read books, we understand those lessons better because we get the perspective necessary to really get into those lessons and then being able to share them. At the same time, write those chapters of our own life. And I think that reading books really add tremendous value to me. And I think that I will stand always very firmly that every single person is supposed to read. And I think that sometimes people do not want to read because they just don't know what they feel truly passionate about it. Because I think that when you're passionate about something, you want even to read about it. And people who say that all the books are the same, the most reason that you say that all the books are the same is that you're not growing. So that what it means that you need to challenge yourself. You want to really go something, stretch yourself, and when you stretch yourself, you come back to exactly the same book, and you find totally different lessons. I think that's the most important part, because if all books are the same, even when you really grow very fast, you realize that even the same book is not the same because you are a different person, and the different person is reading the same book gets different lessons. So I hope to reflect, and the most important reflection, I hope that you realize that you were supposed to read a little more. So I hope you choose to win and see you tomorrow.